Here we go. Let's go. The beginner's guide. Please make sure audio is on. We're good there. Controls, WASD, and the mouse button. Okay, I'm not going to start the timer on this.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Wreden. I wrote the Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way.
Oh
and
my gosh.
Mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D
I
environment.
so recognize this.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Loading. Ooh. Spiffy.
Warning. Whisper machine active.
I can shoot.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Going this way. This way looks wrong, but I'm going this way anyway. Dang it. I just used up all my ammo. Nice. It's lovely.
Security hole breached. Hostile alien life forms inbound.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Oh, there's a door.
Begin shield evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh, you can? Ooh, look, the bottom of the universe. Nice. Oh, I can go in there? I thought I was supposed to go this way. Can't go there. Okay. I love me some good
Apparently
walking.
the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Ah!
Okay, this is the part that's interesting.
The
game has this
interest of
narrative about
time.
the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Sounds like a lie.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Bug. Should I step in it? Oh. Hey, there's the maze. Look at that. See it.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system.
Man, I was
Or this
almost through
floating
that
could be the
maze.
afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Game's weird. It's a game of games. So far. Ooh. The past was behind her. Can't move, by the way. Oh, now I
Yep.
can.
In this game, you can only walk
Oh.
backwards.
Oh. I get it now.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
It's also quite annoying. Ooh. Hey, Dunk Donuts. How's it going? Not being able to see where you're going is admittedly,
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out
P-trains.
quick. Okay, next one.
That one sucked. Hey, I can move forward, yay! And I'm in the dark, boo. You are now entering. Da 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 da! Something. Ah!
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Someday? Probably.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
I didn't even see what it said.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, that was it. It was dead to him.
They're gonna fall off the edge.
And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Look, that's a big set of stairs. Big set of stairs. You like this game? Can I run? Can't run. I can jump though. Jumping up the stairs. Oh. Oh,
Once
no!
you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the
Hey,
door
where
at the
these
top of the
stairs
stairs
go?
opens.
They go up.
So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Enter. Haha! Get wrecked, nerd.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
A series of
Coda
lavish
would often tell me
manuals
that
come
he
with the
didn't
game
mind
giving
if
you
people thought of
incorrect
him as cold
instructions.
or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
I didn't get to read them all, man. Ready, set, fish. Screaming into the microphone every 15 seconds to keep playing the game. I don't think I'd like that. I don't think you'd like that. Or maybe you would. I don't know. The stairs did go up and in a door.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
There's no puzzle. It's a lever. Done. Oh, wait. Not done. Oh no, I'm soft locked. Uh-oh. I just soft locked myself. Oh wait, there's a lever on the door.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Oh.
We're gonna see it a lot.
Oh, the solution was to go in the door and then pull the lever on the other side of the door. Okay. I legit thought I was soft locked for a second. No, I really didn't. I knew they wouldn't soft lock me. That would have been a pretty sloppy soft lock.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room. How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Oh no, we're here again. Are we entering somewhere? Well, you are now exiting.
Aha. So this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
The Great and Lovely Descent. Ooh, it's a house.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Ooh,
the tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Ah, I fell! I didn't expect to be able to fall. But then I did. Oh, man. I'm here. Man, that anti-aliasing really paid off, didn't it? There's a weird line here. Look at the weird line. Oh, it's like an invisible wall. Okay. Alright. Whoa. Gate, you're in my freaking way. Whoa, elevator. Secret elevator. Uh-oh.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the door stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Sounds like somebody who made games that weren't fun.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
You guys sound like a butt. Hey, there's 3 dots again. Can I duck? Oh, I can duck. 3 dots. Is that like a signature? Here's the puzzle
again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Man, this is a weird game. This is a weird-ass game. Weird game. listen.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Well, here you go. Here's the exit, buddy. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! Game's getting weird. Wait, it's already weird. It's not getting weird, it's already weird.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Uh-huh. Like, is this actually a documentary? Like, is it? Or is it a fake is it a fake-umentary? That's really the question.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're gonna see it in the work as well. His games are just gonna become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Oh no. What do I need? Oh, we're fading out. We're fading out. I'm not gonna get you soft locked. Don't you worry. I never get soft locked ever. It's never happened. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Nice room, not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness.
Balls.
I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs.
Is he lying to me?
Has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Is he lying that nothing will happen?
But it's ironic, isn't it?
It's
that
keeping
in playing this
track.
game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this
I
idea
just
is
saw a
really
flying
seductive.
penguin. Whoa!
That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
I need to go to the bathroom. A free t-shirt. Alright. It's getting too much to read all this stuff. I do kind of want to activate it all though. I'll admit that. You know how many games I've made? The answer is technically I think I've made like 3. Maybe 4. Yeah, okay. 4 more than most. Well, I made them. I made some for like class projects and stuff. So you know, I don't. Does that really count if you make them because you have to? You think this could be considered a game? I mean, I guess I made the guessing game too, where you have to guess a number. I mean, that's a game, right? Okay, I think I'm done doing this. I've never played. I don't have them anymore. Like they're lost forever. Like literally lost forever.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
I made a tic-tac-toe game.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
How did you leave notes? Typewriters. Speak. All right, done with that. Porn stars
Okay, this one
die
is
too.
tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Alright, I gotta finish my beverage. It's a desk. It's a couch. It's a table. It's a door. It's a light. Oh, there's a door here. I can leave. It's a fancy hallway. It's a picture. It's another fancy hallway that looks a lot like the previous fancy hallway. Are you all seeing this? How fancy it is?
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture.
Ah, I'm in a
And I don't know
well.
why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh. Okay. That's not a fridge.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
It's like a maze made out of couches, tables,
So,
and
okay, he throws it out
stuff.
and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. No! I refuse. It's not key. Yeah, follow the instructions carefully. Make sure you remember the end step. First, click on this table. Okay. Ooh, I did it. Go to photo frame and click to turn it slightly. If I click on this instead. If I click this, can't. I want to click on things other than what I'm supposed to. Now turn the lamp off. What do you consider left here? And which sofa? I'll touch the shelves. Okay. In the real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start. Be taken back to your prison. I don't want to go back to my prison. I don't think that was an IKEA.
And of
Aw.
course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
It's the last version of the prison, but the prison's not in it. Okay. We're walking. What's this? A door? A phone booth? What is it? A phone booth. All right. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escape prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation.
Yep.
And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind,
right now.
and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Sometimes I'm scared when I get out and things will be exactly the same as before. What? You can't know until it works. Let's talk for a bit.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
It's gonna be okay, chat.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself? To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Oh, I was supposed to go in here. Okay. I'm glad it was all heck you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself. Those lonesome hands.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Clear the table. Done. Make the bed. Where's that at? Not there. Here. No, that's bathroom. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Straight in the rug. Bam. Desperate for cash. You straighten out the pillows. Done. Spilled a drink on the couch. By the couch. I feel like I'm doing all the cleaning.
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful. I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
I wish I could open the fridge. Wait. One's house is like one soul. Clean up the house simulator.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
Okay.
But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
And lamppost.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Items you
This
love
one gets a
at
bit
members-only prices. Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No! You came here to become perfect. The workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Easy. Being perfect is effortless.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Seek out one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? Haha, just kidding. Something's coming out of the back of the room. Look out. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you.
I felt pretty hard for this one.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Hey, there's these shelves again.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
I'm trying to escape. I've clicked the table, click the picture, but no. There's also no lamp. Stage! Stage. It's the stage. Let's go on stage. No! Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. By leaning against the wall. Like this wall here. Oh, this wall. I didn't see this wall. Superficial. It's your dream to photograph animals. This is your one chance to learn something from her. To gain something to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello. Hello, that's it. That's not a conversation. Converse. Be a human being. Do it again. Here are all my hopes and dreams. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. It was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, I was just that one moment that I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feeling of the setting. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent people nearby. Oh my gosh. Oh. It's the lamp.
Why doesn't it resonate with joy?
Oh, I guess I just keep going, huh? Uh-oh, what was that? Oh no, I'm in prison. Oh no.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world.
Walking
And that
backwards.
wasn't what I wanted for him or for
that
his
one game.
Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Months. Mobius strip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to this game to begin. Do I really need to keep my eyes closed? This isn't working. Oh, yeah, you can't really play this with your eyes closed. Okay.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
There's those dots again. I like how we keep getting killed by a door. That's nice. I like how they all say blind. There is a solution. Pushing buttons. Oh, there's a door. I just noticed this door. Okay. Probably go in the door. Be my guess. Or not. Oh wait, we solved it.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
We're going to be okay, chat. We're going to be okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
6 months! I mean, that doesn't seem like that long to make a game. Ooh. been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
It was so simple.
Talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Trust me, you'll see. Keep talking. There's these
Seeing this
floating
game at the
colored
time that he made
blocks.
it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me. I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed
Well, there's a
anything
person in
for
there.
this to stop.
There's a person.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up
It
with
was
a new game.
6, and now it's 7. It seems like it's going up by 1 month every time. It's like the games are getting more complicated. Like, I don't know. 7. Guard. Hi, guard. Capture the machine. House of Coda. I don't have to solve a puzzle. Okay. It's a lot of press there. Yeah, I'm just going this way. No questions. No comment.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stop feeding us. Here's what needs to be happen. You need to go out and apologize to them. I've seen the thing you fear. Which is what? Alright then, I'll speak to them for you. Oh! Hey, look. I have a troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize. We do not need its games. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me. We will destroy everything that the machine has created. I mean, neither of those were good options. Take that, machine! Oh. Oh, look at that. Destroying stuff. Bam! Take that! Take that! Take that! And one of these! Bam!
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Shooting all the game. Shooting it. Oh, I fell the hole.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Oh, it's the machine. The machine. The machine. Put your weapon down.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Until... I don't know.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made.
The Tower.
So let's take a look.
I can think of one game that had a tower in it. Hey, I can think of 2 games, 3 games that had towers in them. Well, I can think of a lot of games that had towers in them, but centered on a tower.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
It's so chilly. Gonna have to put on a sweater.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Ah!
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Yeah, this sucks. Sucks. Are those Stanley Parable walls? Stanley Parable approved walls? They look like him.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Damn, I was wrong. Ah. $15, $16, $17. Okay. Got it. It's not so bad. It's an easy code.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door. meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so
It sucks.
let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
Yes.
I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time.
Game is about how
And as I'm playing, I'm
games
thinking to
suck.
myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
3 dots. I mean, I noticed the 3 dots. Whoa! I'm going up. These stairs go up a long way.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
We're going more. Oh, I almost fell off the edge. I looked away for a second. Hey, Gregory. Thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Is it go up? I don't remember what it is. It's there. I don't remember. Somebody knows. You can just look it up.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
You've
And
so
the
infected
people who
my
played
personal
them,
space that it's
they
possible.
treated me like I was important.
Hey,
Really
where the
listened
stairs
and
go?
cared
They
about
go
what
up.
I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Stop adding lampposts to them.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing.
Whoa.
less than nothing. What does that mean?
Okay.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Hey, it's the puzzle. Uh-oh.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Are we playing? Epilogue. Epilogue. Oh no. We're at what looks like a station of some sort with the clock doesn't have a thing. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah, you got some peanut butter next to your name.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like
definitely
a
disease. A train station. It says, it doesn't say anything. Here's a door. We can go in. Ooh, look at these. The fancy train. Ooh, it's so fancy.
Solution.
Oh, now we're here. This house. So apparently we're a creepy stalker type
someone
person.
Had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Maybe.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Uh-oh's right.
if I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
Where are we? Oh, look, there's something there.
It's strange,
Store!
but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Oh, it's something. Maybe not a door, but it's definitely something. Ooh. No running in this game.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Okay. You're leaving? You're leaving me to walk this lonely road? What if I don't go through these? I know you want me to, but I'm not doing it. I played the Stanley Parable. I don't have to do what you tell me to do. Except I kind of do in this game. Well, other than go through the things. There's a little thing there. What's that? I don't know. We'll jump down the hole. Wah! Oh no, I went in the hole and now I'm trapped. Oh wait, no I'm not. I was trapped, but the floor is rising. The floor is rising. Yeah, buddy. We're back. Oh, we're back at the station looking thing, but there's no clock. Oh, this is like an exit. We're all by ourselves. We're all by... Where's Regulus? Where is he? Where's that nerd? Remind you of Pathologic. I remember that game. Oh no! It's the thing that kills us or makes us float up. Zap. It makes us float up. Look at that. Is it gonna... It's... Oh. Look at stars. I see stars.
More of this.
Are we dead? Did we die? Oh! No, we did. Oh my god, that's a huge maze. It's just enough to put a maze. It's the biggest maze in the whole in the universe. It's a maze. It's amazing. The universe is amazing, as Busty Booker said. Did you say it first before I said it? Because we have to boo you if you did. Okay, there's a dot. Oh! There's a dot.
Turn back.
I think that's the end of the game. super
Let me
corny.
prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going.
The Swan game? Yeah. That had a big ass maze in it, didn't it?
Miles and miles and miles.
Well, that was an experience. That was definitely an experience. That's what you call a walking simulator.